What's up, YouTube? It's your boy H Dog, and I'm back here today with another video. And I would like to go ahead and talk about some new news coming out of the ESRB that they will add in-game purchases label to games in the future. And this is coming out of Kotaku from Jason Schreier. Um, and he went on to say that the in-game purchases label will be added to any game that lets you pay real money for digital goods. It will apply to bonus levels, skins, surprise items such as item packs, loot boxes, mystery awards, music, VC, and other forms of in-game currency, subscriptions, season passes, and upgrades. Example, to disable ads. The ESRB said this morning in a press release. Um, let's see. He went on to say, you might be thinking, won't this label apply to just about every video game? Yes, probably. Probably. On a call with reporters this morning, uh, the ESRB president Patricia Vance said that any video game with an in-game option to purchase extra content will get the in-game purchases label, whether that content compromises premium currency or a $20 expansion pack. As long as you can buy something through a game's menu, the game will get this label. The label is not designed to warn adult gamers that a game might contain microtransactions. It's designed for concerned parents buying games for their kids. Parents need simple information. We can't overwhelm them with a lot of detail. We have not found that parents are differentiating between these different mechanics. She went on to say that ESRB does not plan to focus specifically on loot boxes, the controversial mechanic that allows players to spend real in-game money in exchange for randomized rewards. She went on to say, I'm sure you're all asking, why aren't we doing something more specific to loot boxes? We've done a lot of research over the past several weeks and months, particularly among parents. What we've learned is that a large majority of parents do not know what a loot box is. Even those who claim they do don't really understand what a loot box is. So it's very important for us not to harp on loot boxes per se, to make sure that we're capturing loot boxes, not to make sure that we're capturing loot boxes, but also other in-game transactions. Um, Also went on to say, this really was after a couple weeks, because remember a couple weeks ago, the U.S. Senator Maggie Hassan of New Hampshire sent an open letter to the ESRB asking the board to review the completeness of the board's ratings process and policies as they relate to loot boxes, as they have potential harm on children. And she's not the only one as well. And Vance was asked by a reporter whether her stance on loot boxes is considered gambling or not. She said, quote, we certainly considered whether or not loot boxes would constitute as gambling. We don't believe it does. We think it's a fun way to acquire virtual items for use within the game. You you really think so, Miss Vance? I'm not sure anymore whether if this is the money speaking for the ESRB, the money that's being handed to them by big publishers like EA, like Activision, like Warner Brother Games, like fuck Konami, like Konami, for example. They probably are one of the main culprits as well as EA, along with EA. That hand the money under the table, say just keep yourself, keep this on the DL for us. Don't say nothing. We got you. I She thinks it's a fun way to acquire virtual items. Well, I'm sorry to burst your bubble, Miss Vance, but these fun ways you claim, they're harmful to people. And it ain't just kids, cause kids could get addicted to this shit. It don't matter what game it is. It could be Need for Speed, the most recent Need for Speed, Madden, FIFA, all these games. They could easily get addicted to this. And it's not just kids, it's adults too. It could be somebody my age who's 23 years old. They can still find a way themselves to get addicted to this stuff because of their addicting spending habits. And I don't deem that as fun, a fun way to acquire a virtual item. I mean, I could tell that she's never played a video game because, as I recall, a fun way of acquiring a virtual item was simply by me playing the game, and them giving me that said reward for just simply playing the game, beating the game, or doing some type of achievement. She's putting off like loot boxes is the equivalent of earning a trophy on PlayStation or getting an achievement on Xbox Live. Like she thinks it's like that. I don't understand. Like if that ain't dirty money talking, I'm not sure. And this research she claims that they've done, where is it? Why didn't you show the press this so-called research that we've been hearing so much for weeks and weeks and months about this research that you've done? And I guarantee you say you've done a lot of research, mostly among parents. What type of parents are these? Do these parents even play video games? And if you say if we're going by your words, if you're saying that a lot of parents don't know what a loot box even is, then that tells me they don't even play video games. Because if you're a gamer, you know what a loot box is. You know what it is. You know what a microtransaction is. Well, most of us hardcore gamers, a casual gamer who just plays Madden every year, Call of Duty every year, and that's it, they may not know what this stuff is, and I can see where she's coming from. But there may be parents, and I'm gonna be honest with you, this label really isn't gonna do shit. It really isn't. This is just a half-ass step. It's a step, but it's a half-ass step. They can do way better. Because really all this is gonna do, all the parents are gonna do, they're still gonna buy this game for little Jimmy. They're still gonna buy that same game that they always want for little Jimmy. They always will. They always will buy little Jimmy that game that they want no matter what it is. Okay? And this is no better than a warning label on a pack of cigarettes or a bottle of alcohol. Do you think the person that buys alcohol or buys cigarettes or buys cigars looks at the warning label like, oh my god, look at all this bad stuff it has in it? Or do you think anybody looks at a bottle of Coke to see how much sugar it has? I mean, some people do. But do you really think somebody actually pays attention to warning labels anymore? Most of them don't. They'll just pick it, grab it, and, consume it. It's what consumers do. And that's what parents will do. Especially the ones who never played a game in their life. They will just go to the store, just not even look at the warning label, and just simply buy the game without even knowing what they're buying. And that's not really solving the problem. The best way to solve the problem is simply by doing something that should have been done a long time ago. Man up to these big publishers like EA, and I understand they're made up of the ESRB and all, but damn it, you need to know when to put your foot down, man up, grow some balls like you used to back in the day, and say, look, you either take these pay-to-win mechanics out of your game, or they will get an adults-only rating. That's what should have been said, and along with the warning label. If she had said this, then it would have been a huge step in the right direction. But with that being said, guys, what do you guys think about all this? Do you think this is a good thing, bad thing? Doesn't matter. Let me know down in the comments below, and we can have a discussion and talk about it. If you enjoyed my video, smash that like button as hard as you can. Subscribe if you're new, and tap the notification bell. That way you'll stay up to date on all my content, and you'll never miss a video. And until next time, guys, I'm out here. Peace.